right, let's hang out.
We'll hang out again.
Oh, we're going to hang out. We're back, and no one can disturb us, so we're good. Okay. The fun fact I found, number one. Supposedly, an Italian biologist years ago, I think it was 2003, studied people who hardly ever get sick, and the findings are pretty cool. So the commonality between everyone was that people who process things out loud, so you feel like you're crazy, like thinking out loud, right? Those people actually had reduced stress hormones by 35%. So they hooked them up, and then they had them think through a conflict and then think through it out loud. And their stress hormones like literally dropped by 35% by getting it out of their brain. And then it said that speaking actually, my writing. Don't mind my writing.
You can't even read your writing.
Speaking activates the vagus nerve, which essentially slows your heart rate and tells your immune system to like chill the F out because you're not under attack. Like, because when you have some sort of conflict or fear, right, your stress spikes and it feels like you're under attack in some sort of way. So by talking, which is great, I talk so much,
you gotta be stressed.
Knock on wood, I haven't been sick in ages. And I think
true.
It's really interesting because I think about the time pre-medication where everything would just go in my head and stay there. I was a closed book. I don't know that I was necessarily I was getting sick more, but I was definitely having stress symptoms, like stomach issues, like all the things that come with that. So I might be grasping at straws, but I'm curious to know your thoughts. Like, you talk or you think out loud.
I love it. I think that makes sense. I feel like my brain went to is like when people criticize us for using bad language. But how much better do you feel sometimes when you're just like, shit?
Yeah.
Like, instead of keeping that
so
bottled
much better.
up, Also, I'm
I
curious if like journaling is a part of that. Even though you're not speaking out loud, you're like processing your thoughts on paper. Like you're expelling it from your body. Yeah. Because
That's
I often
interesting.
feel a lot better after I journal also. But
Oh gosh.
I
That's a good
agree.
point.
When I'm in moments of like stress, I was thinking I had a breakdown like last weekend, and my safe space is like going into the shower and just like crying.
Shower's a beautiful place.
And I'm like, if I speak it out loud, yeah, there's something. I mean, 35%. That's like
That's a
big number. I feel like that's a decent amount of number. Like, what a cool test.
I just think back on all the times I will like laugh out loud at. I'm like, who am I talking to? Like, especially, it's so silly.
Yeah,
like I'll have a full conflict of this situation that I made up in my head, like
100%
someone trying to like flirt with my husband or something.
Yes.
I'm in the shower, like getting all fired up. I'm like, what is happening? But I'm processing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like anticipatory anxiety. Like, I think that there might be something, so I'm just prepping.
Yeah.
So insane, and I do it a lot. I do feel that if I do it ahead of a presentation or a meeting, like there's something around, obviously you practice ahead of time.
Right.
You're prepping, you're trying to kind of memorize how you would react to this type of response or how you would position something. But even just walking through it, it's a nerve, it calms your nerve. So obviously your stress is being reduced, and in turn, you're healthier for it. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think it makes total sense.
So I just want, for all the people who think out loud, I hate when people say, I'm just talking out loud. It just cracks me up. It's like, no shit. But for those of you who think out loud, you're not alone. And I'd be really curious to know if anyone like tries this and feels like they're less stressed by just, because what they had as the example was like a CEO who was saying, I pride myself on not expelling that. Like, I take it and I process it on my own. And then they did this study, was part of it, and was like, oh, I've been doing a disservice to myself by not thinking out loud and not digesting out loud. So
I mean, I think there's something to be said too about just communication in general helps create clarity, right? Yes. I mean, we've talked about that several times with our relationships and
it's everything,
communication styles, and I think, wow, I love that. I
Yeah.
think that makes total sense. I and we were talking, maybe it's just because we work from home,
Mm-hmm.
but we often talk to ourselves.
My dog knows more about me than my husband at this point. She hears all the
Yeah.
thoughts. It's,
And I'm curious
yeah.
if that's like an instance too. Like if you work from home, do you notice that happening in your life? Or if you work out of an office, like do you get an opportunity with time to yourself, like in the
Mm-hmm.
car or, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But I think also, and maybe this
So
isn't
fun.
even in correlation, but there's like stances that you can take, like open, like power stances that you
Mm-hmm.
can take that help create positivity
Mm-hmm.
and um, um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
confidence.
Ted
Like,
Lasso. Did you ever get
okay,
into Ted Lasso?
no,
You have homework. It's
but
so good.
I know.
She does this like she used to like she goes and it breathes in and
Yeah,
makes herself as big as she can, like her mouth, her eyes, everything.
yeah.
And that's like her way of what just got goosebumps. What the hell?
Look, it
It
worked.
got you it got me going. I didn't even do it. I
It's
just
like a
thought about it.
power
Yeah.
stance.
And it was like, okay, I'm
Yes.
bigger than she also is a very tall woman. She's gorgeous. The main blonde
Okay.
who owns the club. It's such a
Oh,
good
I gotta
show.
watch.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's amazing. So she's a badass and she does this like I am bigger than anything and I
Yeah.
this is how big as I can get. And then she goes and fucks up a
Fucks it up.
conversation. Yeah, she
Yeah.
just makes it her bitch. It's
So
awesome.
maybe there's something to be said, I don't know.
Power
Just,
move.
yeah.
Ooh, we got to
I've
practice our power stance.
I did some research on that because I had to do some public speaking and I was very nervous.
Yeah.
Or like going into a meeting where you have to have like a difficult conversation. This like openness versus being
Mm-hmm.
closed or
Mm-hmm.
shut off, like your body has a response to that, which I think
Totally.
is interesting. And maybe that's a pivot from what we were initially talking about. But
Still
again,
though.
stress signals in your body, right? Like what you can do, like looking over here.
Like
There's the
I had
camera over
I
there.
had a sec where I was like, what are hi
What are you looking
you put
at?
hidden cameras in my office. I'm like, yeah, go back and check how much I talk to myself.
Oh
Well, it's cool because
no.
well, we talk there's the actual language, right? The act of speaking, but then your body language. How many times,
Yes.
if we're presenting something to a client or something like that, and I'm always like, we need to be able to see your body language. Like someone else needs to be on body language duty while I'm presenting
I
to
love
see
that.
did you shift when you saw something? Did you start to smirk when you saw something? Like, what is your body telling us? Because we're not in person, like, it's
Right.
hard. So, yeah, I
I
think
feel like I'm subconsciously doing it right now. I'm
we're
like
very confident right now.
standing very tall right now.
I love it. I mean, this will be episode 7.
7?
So we're getting more and more confident in our
Look at
ability
us go.
to hang and yap. So I thought that was really
I
cool.
like that.
And I think if I had my phone, I would try to buzz Svensson and say,
Yeah,
what was Paige like 4 years ago?
sure.
Because yeah, night and day,
The
like it was
shift.
pulling teeth to try to get me to talk about anything. And out loud, no, even with myself. Like I just internalize all of it. So it's a really interesting exercise and I'd like to be just cognizant of that and let me know if you
Mhm.
notice like I mean we do it naturally, but try to do it a little more and we'll see
Yeah,
how we feel. But
start recording myself.
yeah, right. Maybe you'll have some golden nuggets. Like
Insanity.
we can make a book one day or something.
I just thought I was schizophrenic, but
Yeah, I had a sec too where I was like, am I okay? I just like verbally abused a hypothetical person in my head.
something's not even real.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my
Right.
fun one. I'm really excited
Perfect.
about this little nugget that I found.
What
Now,
else you got?
a new one is around last time we spoke about how time is going by quickly, but also about how it's no matter what going to progress. Like, so what can we do to maybe try to slow it down or be aware of things that are maybe speeding it up? So I don't know if my Instagram is just listening and I'm getting unreal algorithm like
Cool.
feed into my algorithm, but
Sure.
this is what came up. It said to do one unfamiliar thing every day because a small disruption in your daily to-dos, your daily life will cause your brain to actively wake up and like start creating a memory and therefore
Nice.
making time feel a little bit slower. It might be minimal, but over time, think about, we also talked about having to get up and go to work every day, which
Mhm.
still is the case with working remote. Just because you're not traveling into an office doesn't really change it. We still have a day-to-day thing, but tell me time doesn't feel way different when we're in person and we're moving around and we're able to
Mhm.
have conversations we wouldn't. The days just feel a little more purposeful, a little longer, like it adds a sense of excitement. So every
Love
day
that.
something that is unfamiliar.
Cool.
And it can be as small as it was saying, like something as small as taking a different route home. So but
Cool.
when you leave to instead of going out to the light,
Yep.
turn left by the high school or
Right.
turn right by the high school and go down. One new thing.
Yeah.
Um which I love that. I'm a big fan of, especially when we're at the lake. I'll be like, let's go drive her. Like I don't know what all these little hidden
Yes.
neighborhoods, like where you live.
That's all we ever did when we
Is
grew up.
yeah, it's so
Yeah.
cozy back there and like you get
It's
to
so
see
fun.
different houses and just see like it's almost like little neighborhoods, little nooks.
Yeah.
And you don't know it's like when you're house hunting, you gotta you can, looking at a map in a front picture fine, but going and like exploring that area and seeing like what is it really about, and just imagining yourself in these little spots, I think is really, I don't know, it's a fun
Yeah,
act.
and I feel like when you say it kind of creates a memory too, like it's a new experience. And I
Hmm.
think back on, I grew up in very rural Ohio, and there
Hmm.
were all kinds of back roads, dirt roads, townships. Like
Oh yeah.
you even know where you were in the middle of the night, like
Where, yeah, how do you
drive. It was so insane. And I
world
have
before
memories. I
GPS.
have memories of like silly things that we would run into or things
Hmm.
that we would see because we took a different route. But I love that idea because I think there's also something to be said about like sticking to a schedule. People
Yeah.
are always like, it's really great to create this schedule, especially if you're wanting to create new habits. But I think linking in, even if it's like a 5-minute different thing, I love
Yeah.
the idea of just a different drive home or,
Hmm. And it,
and you should try and make your life a little more interesting
God,
too. You gotta lighten the mood
yeah,
up a little bit.
same shit different
That's
day
cool.
is my like nightmare, like to have, like there'll be times where I'm like, let's like last weekend we accidentally had no plans. Like my parents were supposed to come down and they didn't. And this is just a quick example for it. It was Friday night and I looked at Spencer. I was like, "You want to spontaneously buy tickets, just fly to Vegas for a night? Like just get on a plane and just
Yeah, yeah,
arrive and
yeah.
just gamble for a few
Ah,
hours, hop on a plane and come back."
I'm so glad you have that time in your life.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind. Listen,
Man, what I would do to
if
hop on a plane.
if we have kids one day, I was like, we're gonna be able to do spontaneous kid activities, less
Sure.
weird for just us
100%.
tagging along. So
100%.
we'll get you. We'll get you. I'm doing
That's what
that
I
for
was
you.
thinking is I was thinking of my spontaneous kid moment that I
Yeah,
had
let's go to the
last night.
park. Oh God, what was
Like
it?
we did puzzles all night
Oh, I
instead
love
of playing. She's
puzzles.
been on a magnetic tile.
She crushes it
She's
though.
such a good little builder.
She builds everything.
And last night we just did like little puzzles, like opposites, like find the tail to the head, like
Fun.
those kind of things.
Hmm.
And it was great.
Yeah, that's
But
spontaneous.
even that,
That's
that was
Vegas
something
adjacent.
different. So
That's home Vegas, baby.
yours sounds a little more
No, we didn't
fun.
go. So if it helps you, we did end up playing Mario Party, which was fun.
Oh, okay. I saw your video and I was like, what is on in the background?
Yeah,
Those goofy goobers.
we've been
Okay.
we've been playing Mario Party. We FaceTime with my brother and we all join in. It's really fun.
That's
You guys can hop on
fun.
too if you have a Switch.
No,
All right. Well then,
we aren't
you're not
gamers.
gamers. Yeah, we're big. We're nerds over here.
That's
But
fun though.
anyway, Vegas
Love
didn't
that.
happen. Spence he starts giggling. I was like, "What?" He goes, "We can't drink right now."
Oh,
I
good
was like,
point.
good call. Yeah, going to Vegas for a sober,
Good point.
spontaneous trip just isn't as fun. I was okay. Spencer's just not a very spontaneous dude.
I don't take him for that.
No, but he is a great partner and will do spontaneous things because once he does, he realizes how much fun he
How great it
has.
was.
And he'll be like, "You were
Yay.
right." And like honestly, half the time I do it just to hear him say that I'm right. So that's it.
Nice.
I'm teasing,
No
kind of.
way. I feel that.
Yeah. So anyway, that was a fun one. I think so. Yeah,
Cool.
something as little as taking a new route home
Love it.
into something as big as starting a new, I don't know, like
Hobby
moving
or
or
yeah.
something. Yeah, starting something that's a little bit bigger than your normal day to day. So really exciting.
Nice.
I think that will be interesting too, just kind of seeing what that looks like. And for work, I was thinking, with our team, we have like these morning huddles, we have our Thursday team meeting. I think it's just time to mix it up a little. Like
Yeah.
we're going to shift into a different type of meeting structure when Erica gets back following the EOS like L10 type of
Yes.
structure, which
That's right.
I'm no shade to my EOS people out there. I don't know if it's me just thinking I have like I need to like put my pride aside, like not wanting to hop on the bandwagon.
Yeah.
But if it's gonna help the company, I'm not gonna
It's
not do
helped a
it.
lot of other people.
Big time. Stats don't lie. Data is facts. So we'll see. But even something like that, like we switched it from like lessons learned and successes to good week, bad week. Like
Yeah.
there's all those little things that just I don't know, gives a little fresh perspective.
It's funny that you bring that up because I was thinking this morning about how you had mentioned like you did dry January and now you're looking maybe to do something in February because you're on a roll with
Yeah.
like this
No
discipline.
sugar, I think.
And I was thinking, I think it'd be cool, maybe not we do daily gratitude, but like on
Mm-hmm.
our Thursday meeting, we could like just stating what you're grateful for,
Love
like
that.
because that creates a lot of positivity in your day-to-day
Mm-hmm.
life. If you wake up and you state it immediately, like what you're grateful for, it
Yeah.
starts you off on like a positive note.
I love it. Let's
So
do
I
it.
don't know. I was kind of thinking that might be kind of fun for us. I know we do good week, bad week, but maybe we change it to like gratitude,
No, I love that.
bad-itude,
Bad-itude.
you know, something like
Gratitude
that.
and bad-itude. I love that. Like what's something that was just grinding your
And then are we
gears?
offsetting though? I don't know. I don't
This
know. I think it's good practice.
this brings me to something which I think I would like to be a segment on our pod around corporate jargon you can get behind. There's I can't remember who she is. Very famous. I think TikTok she's big on. She does like the corporate jargon stuff and makes
Okay.
fun of corporate America. And she was going through a list of terms that she thinks could really like work in corporate space, and the first one was Brazilian wax, and it's when you go in there and you just get it done in one
You
fell
just
swoop. You just rip it off the
rip the
band-aid
band-aid
type of
off.
thing. So she's like,
Yeah.
let's just go in, give it a Brazilian wax, and get out.
I love
I
it.
love it.
It's great.
She's amazing, but I am down, and I think I'd like to invite Brazilian wax as a term for
Let's do
the
it.
agency, because how many times do I say it in one fell swoop?
Yeah,
Not fun anymore. Let's do it. Let's
totally.
Brazilian wax it. So that's really exciting for
That's
me.
fun.
The Hoyden dictionary will start to add some terms,
I
but
love that.
the gratitude and bad-itude, I like that a lot. What's your right now? What's your be most grateful for today?
I mean, just I'm trying to be really grateful for my pregnancy. It's been really challenging. I haven't really enjoyed it at all. But I'm
It's
trying to
bad-itude.
switch my MO and like this will be the last time that I feel a baby move inside my belly and that I
That's great.
have, this body that is nurturing this tiny little human. So that is my what I'm grateful for every day when I feel him moving and shifting and
It's amazing.
reminds me that my body is doing amazing things and I'm growing a healthy little human. So
That's huge.
that's my gratitude for the day. Grateful for my
I love
female
it.
body and the unbelievable things that it can do.
It's
Apparently I'm
incredible.
geriatric, so really grateful that, the womb is youthful.
Yeah, that's the bad-itude in that topic is you shouldn't be considered geriatric. That
Damn
is
it.
whack. But
I don't feel like
the
I
fact that
am.
you're doing it full, like everything aside from low iron, you've had a great
Yeah.
pregnancy, right? Like all things considered.
Yeah, weird symptoms, but it's been healthy. So,
Amazing.
yeah.
Yay, I love
What are
that.
you grateful for in this moment?
In this particular moment, oh gosh, so many things. I feel like the saying what I'm grateful for is one of my favorite things. I said before to you, like one that I say every day is I'm grateful for my abled body and mind, because I think about how
Yes.
we take the little things for granted. Like if I didn't have a hand, God forbid, like
Yeah.
then what happened? Like how different your life would be, or if my brain wasn't able to function because I had a brain injury or something like that. So it can be overwhelming to have such an abled brain. And I'm not a
Hmm.
genius or anything like that. I want to make that real clear.
Sure.
But it's a busy brain like can seem like a lot. But then I think back and think like how lucky am I to be like stressed about so many great thoughts and ideas. And
Yeah.
so like pivoting that mindset has been a really big one. But I would say in general, I mean, if I'm talking gratitude, bad-itude, I had some bad-itude around the water not working at the lake. But then I was
That's
like,
understandable.
we have a second house. Like, we'll just go
Sure.
home to our main home. Like, there's more things I could be upset about. I was fine with it. Spence took it hard. He was trying to figure it out. And I think he feels stress around like he should be able to figure that out. Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's a man of the house concept or what, but you sell medical devices for a living.
Sure.
You don't know what a well,
Stay
like
in your
what's happening.
lane.
Yeah, you're
No,
good.
just kidding.
He got right down in there. He opened up the pump, the cap, lost the cap. Okay.
Into the pump?
Into a into the ground, which was full of like walnuts and like all these things that would make it really.
Oh.
I don't know if he ended up finding it, but his dad came inside and he was like, Spence tried to take the cap off and he lost the cap. I just went, mm,
That's just one
and then
that'll just
walked
knock
away.
you over the hill, you know?
That'll
You're
get you.
like, oh,
Yeah.
volcano erupts.
It's like when he, remember we had the generator the summer our
I
power went out?
literally thought that. I'm like, you guys are really bad at dropping shit into tiny little holes.
Miles
Like,
came over
you
and got it
can't.
out so
Oh,
fast.
he did
So
get it
fast. Oh
out?
yeah, quick. We were like, no, much we
Oh.
tried. We tried so
Okay,
many
I thought it
things.
was still in there.
Oh no. No, we couldn't give we'd buy him a new one.
Okay,
We
okay.
wouldn't give back something
Oh,
with this.
okay,
There was a
good.
screw in the generator, like in the tank. Yeah, we
A
weren't gonna give
brand
that back.
new one that the gentleman let them borrow that he hadn't even used.
Yeah. So
I
luckily,
cannot.
bless your husband, he did get it out. But yeah, so grateful. I think just I don't know. One of the things I've been thinking a lot lately is, and this kind of leans into another topic that I want to talk about, which was a discussion I had at the LASD,
Yes.
was around like acceptance of. Well, maybe I'll just get into it.
Do we
That'll be
want to
the
roll into that?
yeah. Let's
Yeah,
let's
let's
talk
do.
about that.
Okay, cool. So you were on a panel.
Yeah, this is my second year doing it. So
Oh,
the
good.
LASD, which is located in Adrian, Michigan, I have a connection with Alex, who runs a lot of the entrepreneurial stuff in the region, and she's fantastic.
Super cool.
Love her. She's
Yep.
awesome. She will be on the pod. We're excited to have her.
Cool.
She facilitates this. It's an entrepreneurial, some not like academy, but it's some sort of program. I don't honestly know exactly what it all is, but it has students, senior students from all the local high schools come together, and they're learning how to like become an entrepreneur, start a business, but you like opt into that type of class. So already they're taking initiative, which is
Oh,
really cool.
cool.
And they do this CEO panel where they bring in people who started or run a business and they just ask questions, facilitate a conversation. It was really, really fun.
Did the students ask you guys questions?
They did not. We
Okay.
open it, but high school seniors, I feel like
Sure.
no one
Yeah, yeah.
they were
Raising
really
their
good at
hands.
participating in the discussion ahead of time, like when they'd ask like, what is your definition of an entrepreneur, like what is an entrepreneur. There were some
Nice.
really interesting ones, like one girl said someone who isn't afraid to be different. I was like, that's an interesting, like it's not
Love that.
on paper what you would define it, but it's like a sub definition. I thought that was really cool. So a few had some really great comments there, but when we got up there, Alex asked us, one of the questions was, if you could leave a piece of advice to this crew that would stick with them, excuse me, for the next 10 years,
Sure.
what would it be? And my piece was something that I recently heard and learned and really resonated with me, and it's something that I'm going to take with me, I think, for the next 10 years, which is accepting that life has seasons and not every season is designed for growth. So if we think about life as, it's great. Like if you think about life as literal seasons, right? Like winter, not the season to grow shit.
Correct.
Spring, let's plant a
Let's
seed and
start
let's grow it in
sprout.
summer.
Yes.
Yeah. So got me
Yes.
thinking around, I think, yeah, it was on a podcast kind of talking about when you have something going on in your life and it's taking away from you're at work and you're like distracted and it's overwhelming, like if you, again, god forbid, you lose a parent or a sibling or a friend or
Mm.
whatever, and it's distracting you and it's taking away because you're grieving and doing all these things, you shouldn't feel the stress of like, well, I need to bring in 10% more sales, even like I should put myself into this. No, 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 take a step back.
Yep.
Go deal with what's going on, because you're never going to be able to balance both. You need to take
Right.
time, and hopefully in the situation when it is related to work, you have the right type of leadership staff to be like, no, you need to take some time. Yeah. So the goal here is to work for a company that allows that. But when you're in that situation, you shouldn't be forcing yourself to be thinking like, I need to be growing because I am someone who holds myself to a high standard. I need to continue to excel. No, it'll be there when you get back. Why don't for the next little bit you focus on maintaining and building, and then you can grow then. So this seasonality of life thing really has stuck with me. And I think about our current situation. I'm constantly, let's go get more sales and like, how can I scale and how can I bring more people in? But then I think for the next few months, we have a shift of,
Sure.
we've talked about this. Erica's on maternity leave right now. You're next after you is Liv. It's just going to be a 6-month time where I don't need to be growing. I need to
Mhm.
work on the foundational things and be okay with that. And I am okay with it. Like I've been just kind of analyzing all of it. Another thing I think out loud
Perfect.
of, could I get stressed about a client who decided, they just don't have capacity right now? They're going to have to put a pause on. Yeah, because that's a decent chunk of change. But I also prepared myself for this by having good cash flow, making sure that even if we did get down a few clients, okay, what are the tools we're building for me to go find more
Mhm.
and have maybe better relationships, and being okay with the fact that everything happens for a reason.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel
So
like it's
yeah.
a great topic because we often talk about how we don't have time to spend on ourselves.
Mhm.
So maybe this season, like you said, building out those processes and perfecting those tools
Mhm.
so that this next chunk of the year, you know,
You're thriving.
Q3 and
Do you know what the
Q4.
H stands for? I've heard some people say
Yeah,
H1 and
Steven said H the other day and I was like, I don't know what that
I
is.
don't know.
But Q3
If
and
you are
Q4 should be
listening
like
and you
booming.
know,
Yeah,
drop it in the comments.
teach us something new.
H1. Yeah, I think of that as like heading one. Yeah, I think you're right.
But I love that. I
And
think
it's
that's
totally fine.
awesome.
And I
I
keep
actually had a girlfriend, not to interrupt you. I
No,
had a
you're good.
girlfriend who was in vet school and she was going through some heavy things at home and she actually took like a semester off, which was a really challenging decision for her and she had to kind of jump through some hoops with her professors and but it ultimately set her up for success because she's just always been very aware of her mental and like taking and
Yeah.
I think that's generational too. I think our parents' generation and before that, you're taught to just work, 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 work,
Yeah.
work. Your
Shove it
emotions
down.
don't fucking matter.
Mhm.
Um, and I can see it go both ways as to where, you know, Layla Hermosi, she's like,
Mhm.
fuck your feelings. But I feel like there's got to be a
I agree.
balance.
I
There's got
agree.
to be a balance.
And she
'Cause you can,
does. I think it was one of the episodes, I don't know, when I built the desk, I listened to every episode. I
yeah,
hadn't yet. It was like 3 hours worth of content.
perfect.
She was talking about when she got sick last year and how that changed a lot of the perspective, because she was like, holy shit, I need to slow down. Or,
Yes.
whatever. And she had said, I say that, like, fuck your mood, follow the plan. But she also was like, sometimes the plan is like needs to shift, right? So that's really interesting. And you talking about generational
Hmm.
also reminded me of something. Saw something online where it was a military, someone in command in military, and when they was talking about how Gen Zers coming up who want to be, they are like,
Mm.
you can yell, you can say that whatever degrading things that your sergeant will yell at you or whatever, and they are fine with it because they don't care. They're like,
Interesting.
say whatever you want to me, man. Like, I know I'm comfortable in my own skin.
Okay.
Versus older generations who they would still continue, but that like kind of fucked them
Fuck
up a
them
little
up.
bit, because it's like now you're getting in your head and you have PTSD from all that stuff. But the younger generation is processing things, like they wear their heart on their sleeve, so they don't care
Mm.
about it. So I was like, that's
Love
really
that.
interesting.
Yeah.
We have all these things to say about the Gen Zers, and yes, everyone has their faults and their shortcomings, but I thought that was interesting. I
That is
expected it to
cool.
be like they're all a bunch no offense, they're all a
Yeah.
bunch of bitches. Like,
Squids.
yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Squids.
There's a nation of squids.
I love that. Another term for the dictionary. But yeah, that was really interesting. So it's
Cool.
just like the layer of acceptance and just shifts in the brain is wild. So yeah, I think this is all really, really great.
That's great
I enjoyed
advice.
this
That's
conversation.
cool.
Yeah, really,
What
really great.
other things did they bring up on the panel? Like how many CEOs did you guys have?
So they always do. I think last time we had three. It was just a panel of three.
Oh, cool.
Short,
Cool.
small, right? Nothing crazy. So but one of them was actually ill. So
Oh.
two
Oh,
was got
okay.
extra time to talk.
Gotcha.
My favorite. So that was really good. I actually, so we talked about the advice piece. We talked about, like, if maybe you aren't a great student, like how you can take
Mm,
that, and like you don't have to be a great student on paper. Most entrepreneurs
totally.
fail and they just start an idea, which
Yep.
in the middle of the high school you don't want to maybe say out loud. But
That's how my
I,
husband worked.
yeah,
That's
I
what Miles did.
did he just
He went to college for construction and business
oh
and he's
yes,
like
because hockey. I
I know
remember talking about
I'm
this.
working under a guy. I'm just gonna learn it for myself. And
I love it.
never graduated from college, but
Good for him.
thriving. I mean, he was really good at school, so
Yeah, I loved school.
I think he
School was my
just
favorite.
it came very easily to him.
Yeah. But there was a layer another thing that they asked was around something that you learned that you maybe wish you learned sooner, like something, a
Cool.
lesson. And my answer to that was the like getting comfortable with saying no and getting comfortable with the hard stuff. Like
Yep.
the breaking up with clients thing was my example because I don't want to break up with any clients,
Yep.
obviously, but when they're not a good fit, like having the peace of mind and just being at peace with the decision to be like, no, you don't get to talk to us like that. You don't get, this is a partnership. This is not
Right.
you then us. It is everyone's at the same level. So I talked about that and I was like, listen, it's a man's world and it's no shade. I said, no shade to the boys in the room, but you guys will have an easier, no matter what. It's just going to be a little bit easier. And I was like, and us ladies are naturally going to be timid around speaking up to a male
Sure.
or another female. Some are more crippled with
Dominant.
anxiety
Yeah.
around other women, and I just said I wish I had been. I think I did it at the pace I needed to, but it is
Yes.
something that if I could put myself in those shoes again and be like, you're good, like go get it. It's just something that I want them to be okay with. And it was funny afterwards. Jack, he was like facilitating the class. He came in and he was like, I think they needed to hear that. I also
Good
cussed.
job.
I got 3 detentions. He came up. I was like, a detention? I've not once. Okay, once in my life, I wore like a flare leg Lulu
You
instead of my
rebel.
black pants at Catholic high school, and they said, "Nice try. Those are not your
Were you
uniform."
crushed?
I was pretty crushed.
I feel like you're a teacher's
I
pet.
am
Were
a
you a
teacher's,
teacher's
of
pet, Paige?
course. I just
You
wanted to
sat in
get
the
good.
front row of the class.
Not front row. Not front row. I had a lot of my friends in high school
Oh,
were
that's
Daniello,
true.
Matt, and Drew. Like my 3 best friends were all guys. So it was me and the 3 of them. And they were always fucking with me. Like it
Yeah.
was fun to make fun. It's like, cool guys. Like I was always just I was the butt of every joke. But they were the reason I didn't sit at the front of it. Like I was like, I'm straight.
I'm gonna
But then
hang
I
out.
remember Drew was telling me this at Jess's wedding. He said, like, remember the time that you got pissed about a grade and you threw your calculator at me and you said, as soon as you threw it, you said, if that breaks, it's your fault. I was like, I didn't remember that without you saying it,
That's
but now, and my mom
hilarious.
was like, she came home and said you broke her calculator. And
Oh
I
my
know.
gosh.
I was
I
probably
love
just
that your mom reminisced on it too.
oh, she
That's
was having the best time. She was like,
hilarious.
I'm your friends from high school. Like, we're all so
Uh,
close. Like, Matt was, we had all the feels. It was just so great to see everyone again. But yeah,
that's
those boys got,
hilarious.
they were up to no good. But I remember specifically, so same class that I threw the calculator at Drew, I also was I got a grade that was in the 70s. And I want to say something, education in the US and Canada, the grading system is way different. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you get a 70, that's still like a B plus. Like you're still doing a great job at 70. Like in order to get on honor roll, it's
In
80 and up.
Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like A minus is an 80. So like
Okay, I got you.
you're good. Like
Yeah.
if you're getting 90s in
Yeah, that's
Canadian
like a
education,
B
it's
for
like,
us.
yeah.
Okay, I got you.
So you have to, there's a high standard there. And I remember I got my first B of some sort. It was a 70 something in some sort of science class, which makes sense because I don't like, care about science. But I thought I did good. And I fucking cried. I cried. Drew was like, pull your shit together, man. Like, I was like, what the what? And
You're
he's
so
like, you got a
sweet.
78. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm an 80 and
Yeah.
up. I had a high standard. So likes to remind me of how much of a nerd I was. But yeah, I wasn't necessarily a teacher's pet, but I would definitely raise my hand and be like,
That's fun.
I'll do it. So yes, a teacher's pet.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, I don't even know how we got on that, but shit, what was it?
I think just talking to the high schoolers and like they needed to hear that.
Oh yes,
Not
because I cussed
everyone's
the
book smart. Oh
detention.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
did use my detention to study for the SATs because it was a senior year and I had to take them to come over here. Um, yeah, I used my detention thoughtfully, which was good. But yeah, Jack said I get
I
3
can't
detentions
remember
for
if I
cussing.
ever. I'm sure I
You
did.
had to have gotten
I'm
detention.
sure I did. I mean, I got
I
in
know
trouble
stories that
like
maybe we shouldn't
outside of
share,
school.
but that did that not cause you to get detention?
It caused me to like lose
Sports privileges.
seasons.
Kelly's a baddie.
games out of my sports season. I wasn't though. I wasn't that bad.
No, yeah, that was an unfortunate situation what you were in. Like I obviously knowing the story,
Stupid.
but what was her name? Let's name drop. Do you want to name?
No. Lindsay. Kara. No, just kidding.
I love that it doesn't take much to get you to do it. It's like just tell the people, and you're like, okay,
I
Lindsay.
know. I keep secrets well. I'm
Listen,
an open book.
I think the next when we get to episode 50, maybe we
50.
buffer. How many do you think we're gonna
Amazing.
do? We have to keep it going.
I know, I love it.
It's fantastic. We might not have to get together as
We're
much.
not even in double
eventually.
digits yet. Let's go.
Double
I love it.
digits. I'm very excited for it, but I think we're good. I
Cool.
think we're straight. This was a really great conversation.
Yay. I love the topics. That's a great idea.
I think so. I'm just gonna search the web, and I want to know from people too.
Yeah.
We gotta get
We're
people.
trying to determine our direction and our like hook.
Where are we going? Who's it for?
Why are we doing this? Yeah.
I
Because
love
we
the
do
raw.
like to hang out.
Hanging out's really fun. I think we have a great time.
And we're
hanging
great
out.
at like bullshitting.
We can shoot the shit. There's always going to be something that we can find and elaborate on. But yeah, I think too, like, I want to know what the people want to know. I think we do a good job at blending real life and real work. Like,
Yeah.
we're pretty unapologetic about things. And yeah, I think it'll be great.
It'll come to fruition.
All right. Good hanging, Cal.
See you later.
Bye.